Namaste, day 13 of a 14-day challenge, and today is all about resistance. So sometimes when we finish a 14-day program or a 30-day program, something like this, we have that temptation to stop because we no longer have that challenge in place. And I want you to just, as you practice them today, take time to notice how your body's feeling and how you feel by the end of the practice, so that you can resist that temptation to stop when this challenge is over. Remember how good this yoga practice makes you feel. Allow yourself to take it into your everyday life. And also we're going to be working today a little bit on when the pose gets tough. We're going to resist the temptation to come out of that pose. We're going to use our breath to stabilize, to energize and keep you nice and strong. And equally, I'm going to just show you one little technique where we can make the practice slightly harder by just enabling a little bit of resistance into the body. So grab your comfy pants, meet me on the mat. Namaste. Okay, before we start the practice today, we're going to do a really simple technique to enable us to build a little bit of resistance in our practice. So I want you just to take your one hand, two hand, whichever hand you like, and just open and close the fist. Just a nice, gentle, soft movement. And now I want you to imagine that you have a soft, squeezy ball in between your hand. And the next time you do this, you're going to resist that movement and squeeze that ball between your hand, that imaginary ball, and then release and let go. And just notice the difference that this brings to your movements, to your muscles, as you start to resist against that movement. And we're going to take that into our yoga practice today. As we do that, we're starting to strengthen muscles by doing exactly the same postures, but by really imagining that resistance that goes through the movement. So let's just start in a nice, gently the feet underneath your hips in Tadasana. Just find a soft movement to start with. And as we inhale, we're going to take the arms up and overhead, touching the fingertips at the top, and exhaling and releasing down. So a nice, soft, fluid movement. Just taking the arms up and down with the breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Now bring that resistance to your body. Imagine your arm is floating through water. Inhale up and overhead, touching the fingertips together, and then exhale with that same resistance as you come down. And just notice the difference with your movements. Inhale, resist that movement. Take the arms up and overhead. And exhale, gently releasing. So you might notice here a slight more engagement of your biceps, your triceps, the shoulders, the top of the back. Just be conscious of how you're moving your body. Lovely. We're going to do this one more time. Come up onto the toes and hold it here. Imagine you've got a giant beach ball between your hands. You're going to squeeze that beach ball. You're up on your toes. Give it a nice squeeze. And again, find that resistance. And exhale. Gently release the arms. Just let them go this time. Come back down onto your heels. Give the arms a nice little shake out. I'm going to come to the front of your mat. Inhale the arms up and overhead. As we exhale, softly float forward with a little bend into your knees until your hands come down to the mat. Gently nod and shake your head. Release any tension in the neck. Beautiful. Step the left knee backwards and then the right, and bring yourself up into a nice tall kneeling position. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Lift the chest slightly, hug the tummy in, lengthen through the tailbone. This time as we inhale, with that same resistance we had as standing, we're going to take the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, we're going to fold forward, bringing the forehead to the ground, and the back of the hands come to the back of your body. Inhale, resist, bring the arms up and overhead, hugging the tummy in. exhale, releasing down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Be conscious of your movements. Last time. Inhale up. This time as you exhale, sink the hips back down onto your heels. We'll take both knees out to the side and lower ourselves all the way down onto the back. Keeping a nice little bend in the knees. Okay, so make sure the spine is straight and it's flat on the ground. The feet are about hip distance apart. The palms of the hands are down by the side of your body. Walk your feet a little bit closer towards your buttocks. Press all the way into the soles of your feet and your toes. Press the lower back into the ground, hug the tummy in and tilt the tailbone. Press into your hands, press into your feet, and on a big inhalation, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Press the shins towards the front of your mat. Lift the hips up. Hug the tummy in. Squeeze those glutes together. Work in the back of the hamstrings. And imagine again that you've got that tiny little ball between your knees and you're going to give it a little squeeze. Just bring that resistance into the body. Press into the hands, press into the feet. Keep the hips lifted. Lovely. Take a deep breath in. Press those hips up one more time. As you exhale, we're going to soften the body and release it back down. Release and relax any resistance you're holding on to. Okay, press into the feet and the toes again. Inhale, lift the hips up. Squeeze that ball between your knees. Squeeze the glutes together. Press the hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press into your hands. Tuck the chin into the chest a little bit. As you exhale, soften. Release the body. Lovely. We're going to do that one more time. Really good pose for building strength into the lower back. So inhale, tilt the tailbone, hug the tummy in, lift the hips. Imagine that ball between your knees. You're giving a little squeeze. Lift the hips, press the shins towards the front of the mat. Squeeze the glutes. On a big inhalation, float the arms up and overhead. Press the backs of the hands into the ground. So again, you're using a form of resistance by pressing the hands into the ground. Take a deep breath in. Find that strength in the body. As you exhale, soften the hands, soften the spine and lower down from the top, the middle and the bottom until the whole of the spine is in the ground, and then bring the knees into the chest, one and then the other. And gently give yourself a rock from side to side. Okay, place the hands underneath your sacrum, right down towards the tailbone, and make a little diamond with your thumb and your index finger. Suck the tummy in here and extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Flex the feet. Try to get the legs straight. It doesn't matter if they won't, but that's what you're aiming towards. And trying to get the legs at a 90-degree angle to the floor. Gently tuck the chin in towards the chest. Allow the shoulder blades to be on the ground. Now really firmly suck the tummy in here. As we did with the arms, floating them up and overhead, we're going to encourage that resistance in our leg. We're going to gently lower the right leg to the ground, but maintaining that sense of resistance. We're not allowing it to flop. As you inhale, bring the leg back to meet the left. Lovely. Exhale, lower the left leg down towards the ground. Keep the right leg lifted. With resistance, bring that left leg back up. Hug the tummy and press the back into the ground. And just do this a few times. Don't allow the heel to touch the ground as it comes towards the floor. Lovely. So we're building lovely strength into your core muscles here, but equally we're engaging the muscles of the legs Resisting that temptation to flop here. Lovely. Using your body as a little bit of extra weight and resistance. Perfect. When the left leg next comes up, release the hands and hug the knees in towards you. Gently rock from side to side. So this is a really easy practice that you can incorporate into lots of things you do throughout day to day. This time we're going to take the legs up towards the ceiling. The hands come onto the inner thighs here. Now, imagine you're pressing your thighs towards your hands and your hands towards your thighs. So again, you're creating that resistance and starting to work through the inner thigh. Gently take the legs out to the side, but keep that resistance with the hands, creating a lovely big V. Flexing the feet, nice straight legs. Find that lovely stretch into your groin, into the inner thighs. Press the heels up towards the ceiling, little toes towards the ground. And again, keep that resistance, pressing the hands into the thighs into the hands. Lovely. Hold it here. Use your breath. Keep the rest of your body relaxed. Relax your shoulders if they're tensing. Deep breaths in. Lovely long exhalation. Keep the strength here. Notice if there's any shaking or vibrations happening. Deep breath in. And exhale. On your next inhalation, keeping that resistance, bring the legs back to center. Really notice your body having a little workout here. Lovely. And then bring the knees into the chest. Just relax everything for a moment. Give yourselves a little rock from side to side. Okay, take the arms out to the side, palms facing downwards. Press the shoulders into the ground. Hug the knees in towards the chest as much as you can. Have a gentle flex in your feet. Squeeze the ankles, the knees, the inner thighs together and hug the tummy in. Press the lower back into the ground. Okay, again, we're going to use our resistance by taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, take both legs across to the right. Resisting that temptation to flop here. It's a controlled movement. Just bringing the legs to wherever they can. And then as you inhale, hug the tummy in. Squeezing those legs together, bring them back to center. And exhale to the left. Lovely. Inhale back to center, hug the tummy in. Squeeze those ankles, knees and thighs together. Exhale to the right. Press through your hands. Just to give yourself a little bit of support. So you're working really deeply into the oblique muscles here. Again, creating strength in the body. Inhale back to center. We'll do it one more time. Take the legs to the right with that nice controlled resisted movement. And then relax. Allow the feet to drop to wherever they'd like. Turn the palms so they're facing upwards. And just take a moment to enjoy this spinal twist. You might like to turn to face your left hand. And breathe in deeply to your left lung. Exhale and release. Lovely. Turn the palms over again. Press into your palms. Hug the tummy in. Bring the legs back to center. Squeezing those legs together. With control, take them across to the left. And then softly relax. Turn the palms upwards. And just notice that really subtle difference from resisting and relaxing. Turn to face your right hand if that's nice for the neck. Open up through the chest and the shoulder. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Lovely. And then turn palms down to the ground again. Last time, Suck the tummy in, squeeze the legs together, and with control, bring the legs back to center. Give yourselves a nice little hug, rocking from side to side. And then we're going to roll onto the right hand side of the body. Press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. I've got to keep an eye on time. I forgot to do a time check. Okay, we're good. I hope you're good. Okay, let's just warm through the neck a little bit. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Lengthen the shoulders away from the ears. Very slowly rotate the neck around to the right. All the way up to the ceiling. Don't crunch through the back of the neck. Keep that length through the neck. Round to the left. Tuck the chin into the chest. And then rotate round to the left. All the way up to the ceiling. Exhale round to the right. You might like to do that again. Just circle around one way. Feel how good it feels to stretch out the neck, releasing any tension you're holding there. And then circle around the other way. And softly release. Take both legs behind. Making your way into a gentle tabletop position. Spread the fingers nice and wide, press into the fingertips, all four corners of the hand, and stack the knees directly underneath your hips, pressing into the tops of the feet. And again, just notice as you press into the tops of the feet, your body just starts to resist the movement here and you have an engagement of the abdomen. Press away from the ground so the chest isn't sinking down. You're lifting the chest away from the ground. On an inhalation, extend the right leg out behind you so it's parallel with the floor. Flex the foot and allow the little toe to press down towards the ground. Now just notice your shoulders here. You might have shimmied off over to the left hand side. See if you can bring yourself back to center. So resisting that movement that the body wants to flow in by creating strength in the arms. On an inhalation, bring the right knee in towards the right elbow. Squeeze it in here. As you exhale, extend the leg behind, flexing the foot. So resist the movement as you make it. Inhale, bring the knee into the elbow. Exhale, extend it away. Nice, slow, conscious movements. Inhale, knee to elbow. The abs might be screaming at you here. Again, keep going. Resist the temptation to stop. Unless, of course, there's pain. If there's pain, do stop. Exhale, extend the leg away. Keep it extended for a moment. Keep the chest lifted. Exhale, gently release. Bring the knee down to the ground and tuck the toes under. Walk your hands in towards your knees. Bring the knees together and see if you can sit back onto your heels, stretching out the bottom of your feet. And again, for some people, your feet will be screaming here because they've not been stretched. If that's the case, bring your hands onto your thighs and bring a little bit of weight forward. Keep that spine straight, keep the chest lifted, hug the tummy in. If you're okay to sit back onto the heels, let's just sit back, release the wrists off, circle them around one way, circle them around the other way. Beautiful. Give them a little shake wherever you are and bring yourself back to your tabletop position. Untuck the toes and again press the tops of the feet into the ground, lift the chest away from the ground. Hug the tummy in, lengthen through the tailbone as you take a deep breath in, extend the left leg behind you, flexing the foot and allowing the little toe just to almost feel as if it's grabbing down towards the ground. Make sure the weight hasn't shifted to the right, bring yourself back to center. Keep that lovely engagement of the chest here. With that resistance, as you inhale, bring the left knee in towards the left elbow. As you exhale, extend away. Lovely. Inhale, left knee to left elbow. Keep hugging the tummy in, extending through the tailbone. Extend away. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, extend. Last time, hug it in here. Knee to elbow, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, extend away. And gently lower the knee to the ground. Tuck the toes under again, walk the hands in, and just release off those wrists. Perfect. Okay, let's walk the hands out in front of us, a little bit further apart than you would do in your standard tabletop position. So they're coming slightly further forward. We're going to step the right foot to the front of the mat. If it doesn't reach, just grab hold of the ankle and step it all the way to the front. That brings us into low lunge position. Okay, so sink the hips down. Resist the temptation to sink your body onto your thigh. Keep that lift. Hug the tummy in, lengthen the tailbone. Lift the body up. Press into the back foot, and on a big inhalation, rise the arms all the way overhead. Beautiful. Lifting up, lengthening through that spine. Tucking the tailbone under slightly, hugging the tummy in. As you exhale, gently bring your hands back down by the side. Okay, tuck the back toes under this time. See if you can lift your back knee from the ground. Okay, find that lovely stretch into your left hip flexor. Keep the core muscles engaged, keep the chest lifting away from the ground. Press into your left hand and rise the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Breathe into any discomfort. Resist the temptation to collapse here. Beautiful. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. One more time. Deep breath in. As you exhale, lower your right hand down towards the mat. Drop the back knee, and we'll step the right foot back to meet the left. Sink the hips down towards your heels. Take a moment in child's pose. Release any tension you're finding here in the body or in the mind. And either bring the forehead to the mat or make a little cushion with your hands so that the neck can be supported. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. So sometimes when things get tough, we think, oh, I don't want to do that. Tell yourself you can do this. We're going to come and do the lunge on the left side. So take the arms out in front of you. Speak kind words to yourself. Inhale, floating up. Step the left foot to the front of the mat. Stack the knee directly over the ankle. Sink the hips down. Lift the chest, engage the tummy. Press into the back foot. Press into the toes of the front foot. Inhale, lift the arms up. Find that resistance in your movement. Take the arms up to the ceiling. Suck the tummy in. Relax the shoulders. Breathe in. And breathe out. As you exhale, fold down over the front leg. Plant the right hand on the floor, tuck the back toe under and lift the back leg from the ground. This is a strong asana, a posture. As you inhale, float the left arm with resistance up towards the ceiling, turning your chest to the side of the room. Lovely. Breathe in. Resist the temptation to come out of this pose here. Breathe out. Use your breath. Be kind to yourself. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower the hand to the mat. Lower the back knee. Step the right left foot back and just spend a few moments in your child's pose. Deep breath in. deep breath out. And when you're ready, floating up through the spine, come into a comfortable seated position with your legs crossed or a leg out to the side. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Softly close the eyes, lift the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the shoulders away from the ears. Bring your fingertips down to the ground either side of you. And just for a moment, just pay attention to how your yoga practice makes you feel. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. This time as you breathe in, take the arms up and overhead. Find that resistance in the arms. As you exhale, bring the fingertips together, relax the arms and bring the hands down to prayer in front of your heart space. Press your thumbs into your heart space. Lift your heart to your thumbs. And again, notice how you're feeling. Feel that energy flowing around the body, maybe a little bit of tingling. Maybe a little bit of length through the spine, or maybe you just feel that little tiny bit taller. Maybe you just feel that little tiny bit calmer to continue with your day. Embrace all of those lovely sensations that your yoga practice brings to you. Om Shanti. Namaste. I'll see you for the final day tomorrow.